Action.
Burn like the fire, bite like the heat. Was I born for forsaken eyes? The mud that's on my feet. I'm low but I'm ready, broken, unsteady. I'm as far as our memories, as far as I can be. Fool's gold, fool's gold, fool's gold is all I'm digging for. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Slowly suspicion, my heart condition. Was I born in superstition? Yeah, living lean to find the truth, brought to ignition as soon as I could see. But I know it's where I'm lost, yeah, in this never-ending sea. Fool's gold, fool's gold, fool's gold is all I'm digging for. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fool's gold, fool's gold, yeah, yeah. Fool's gold is all I'm digging for. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I showed it up. Was I born from the blood? Break it out. Hallelujah. Come to me, cross, solely bold as a tail, breaking out. Hallelujah. But hold my bed and the thoughts through my head, hearts of praise. Hallelujah. Come to me, cross, and I'll fight with my head on the rails. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Oh, it's spring again. First time you made me grin, elated by your smile, and I'm just wild about your style. You've kept my heart spinning all the while. It's in the scent of the trees and the color of the leaves. When fall comes around, you know our love can still be found. Let's never, ever, 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 ever get off this merry-go-round. dancing at the club all through this winter freeze. You left to warm my memories. After all, about this time, you still make me weak in the knees. And just like clouds in the summer, I crown you my lover. Oh, we picnic by the river, amazed by all your glitter, honey. Seeing geese on spread out fast, but our love will last forever. Oh, whenever. Yes, seasons will pass, but our love will last forever. But the button to
someone to wait around. Never had the chance, the right circumstance, so here I am, wheels spinning on the ground. And I'm wondering when I'll find my way, and then I won't still have to say how long, yes, how long till I see the sun again. How long, yes, how long till I find that road around the bend? Hey. What people say tends to ricochet when it doesn't fit man's point of view. It's said not too fast to make it last, so what exactly am I supposed to do? And I'm wondering I'll find my way, and then I won't still have to say how long, yes, how long till I see the sun again. How long, yes, how long till I find that road around the bend? Yeah. And I'm wondering when I'll find my way, and then I won't still have to say how long, yes, how long till I see the sun again. How long, yes, how long till I find that road around the bend? Yes, how long till I see the sun again? How long, yes, how long till I find that road around the bend? Yeah.
He's calling you? You got punched?
No.
Alright, y'all, where are we going?
Nowhere. We are going to Portland to play at Jack London Review this evening. Get your tickets. Get your dance shoes. And wear something nice. Bring that ass.
Yeah, but by the time you see the video, you won't really need to buy tickets because, well, you know.
Do you have anything to say to that, Eva?
Just dress nice. Get your dance shoes on. I want to see y'all.
This is not a live stream. Honking of cars.
Sisters. We're approaching Bend. It's coming up soon. I have nothing to contribute to that.
We made it to Bend. I haven't eaten anything yet. I feel lightheaded.
What do you hope to achieve in Bend?
I want to get some sleep.
What do you hope to achieve in Bend?
World peace.
Who'd you lose to? This guy? Oh!
First bits on KCMU doing. Greetings. Wonderful to have you all with us. We are streaming, live stream from in the time of Corona. I am your mystery masked DJ, and I'm so excited to bring you some fantastic music live from Vitos tonight. Thanks so much to the production crew, Astral Media Lab, John Thoreau and his gang doing the sound from Blue Mallard Recording, Jeff Trefilio, you know, I got it right when I tried the first time. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, of course, to the gang here at Vitos. They are doing delivery until 9 o'clock. I hear great things about the lasagna. Pack up some lasagna. And thanks so much for listening and streaming the jazz. Right there at liveconcerts.stream, you can find out how to support these wonderful musicians. Later tonight, we will be dancing in our homes with Kiki Valera y su Son Cubano. We've got a wonderful trio coming up for you in the second slot tonight, featuring the multi-reed player Hans Teuber. And we're starting off with one of my favorite quartets in town, led by the incredibly talented bassist, singer, songwriter, band leader Marina Christopher, with a wonderful band with her tonight. Jerome Smith on the trombone, Joey Walbaum on the piano, and Chris Patton behind the drums. Ladies and gentlemen, Marina Christopher.
I can change ya. You may be common, but you are no weed. You change the color of your dress, well then color me impressed. The day you go to seed is the day my heart will bleed. La 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 hydrangea. If I try, I know you will refuse. Then you shed your winter brown and put on your springtime gown. How beautiful the hues, the purple, pinks, and blues. La 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 hydrangea. If I try, I know you will refuse. You change the color of your dress, well then color me impressed. How beautiful the hues, the purple, pinks and blues. La 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 la, la 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 la, la la stranger. La 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 stranger. Thank you. That's a Vitos live streaming debut. I don't think there's any recording of that song. That's a newer song. I like that one. It evokes the springtime. I think I also wrote it when my mom was putting a lot of different colors in her hair, so maybe it's a little bit about my mother. This is a good time to think about spring and think about family. And we're going to do this next song that I recorded, or I wrote for my niece when she was brand new. She was living across the country. And I was thinking about this because I was listening to the radio about an Italian doctor who avoided going home for 3 weeks to help out his family and his wife. And so I'm just thinking about family across the country at this time. Thank you so much to Vitos for having this and for Brad Gibson putting this together. And there's a lot of great music. Last night, there's more music coming. But this song is called Zoe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Zoe, although I know we haven't met yet, soon we will. Soon we will. And Zoe, I just know we will be best friends. Soon we will. Soon we will. I can't wait for the day we finally come over, and I finally get to meet you, and I get to know ya. Maybe convince your parents to move a bit closer. They still haven't moved closer. Move closer, Sky. In good time. In good time. Sorry, although I know we haven't met yet, soon we will. Soon we will. Zoe, I just know we haven't met yet. Soon we will. Soon we will. Well, you might get discouraged, or you might get sad. You might have the best day you've ever had. Tell me all about it, the good and the bad. I don't mind. I don't mind. Zoe, although I know we haven't met yet, soon we will. Soon we will. And Zoe, I just know we will be best friends. Soon we will. Soon we will. soon we will. And Zoe, I just know we will be best friends. Soon we will. Soon we will. We'll be best friends. Soon we will. Soon we will. We'll be best friends. Soon we will. Soon we will. Oh, that one got some claps in the house. Yeah, cool. If you're watching this, please share the link or comment. Make the algorithm bring this up to more people. This is a very cool thing happening. I'm very impressed by everything that's happening here. And this is the best lighting I've ever had for a show in Vitos, so I want more people to see this. We are here usually every first Thursday, so I'm looking forward to when we can resume. But for now, order something. The kitchen's open till 9. This was one I have recorded for my larger group, Marina and the Dreamboats. And this one is about making do with what you got, with whatever happens. It's called Pretty Damn Good. I'm pretty damn good at being alone. I'm pretty damn good at losing my phone. I'm pretty damn good at puffing up my chest, getting undressed and looking my best. I'm pretty damn good at forgetting all the goddamn words. I'm pretty damn good at, I'm pretty damn good at looking my best, bleeding undead and left for dead. I bet you think you can save me. Well, you can save all your brain, 'cause I'm pretty damn good. Look at the stars up above me. Don't you think that they love me? And I'm pretty damn good. I'm pretty damn good at getting tossed around. I'm pretty damn good at letting folks down. I'm pretty damn good at leaving books unread, words unsaid, and left for dead. I bet you think you can save me. You can save all your pain, 'cause I'm pretty damn good. Look at the stars up above me. Don't you think that they love me? And I'm pretty damn good. I'm pretty damn good. That's Jerome Smith. I bet you think you can save me. Well, take a look what they pay me. I'm pretty damn good. Look at the stars up above me. Can't you see that they love me? And I'm pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. I'm pretty damn good most of the time. Pretty damn good and feeling just fine. Pretty damn good. I'm pretty damn good. I'm pretty damn good. Thank you. I was listening to a lot of Randy Newman when I wrote that one. He's very good. I'd like to do a little shout out to Jeremy Bacon. He usually plays piano with us here at Vitos. I bet he's watching at home. Hi, Jeremy. Oop, and there we go. Oh. And we're back. This next tune, I'm going to feature Joey Walbaum back on the piano there. A magnificent performer. You should look him up. You should look all these folks up, except he's not on the internet. Good luck finding him. This is the most you've probably ever been on the internet right now.
Thanks.
Yes.
Oh, thanks.
This is a song I wrote called All or Nothing. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No watching and waiting, no slight hesitating, no trying to tiptoe around. Not just a little bit. Now you must go all in. You must lay all your cards down. Your cards down. Go big or go home. It's all or nothing. All or nothing. That's my only motto. It's all or nothing with me. No try before you buy. No order of sample size. Not if you're wanting my heart. You break it, you bought it, and if you forgot it, you must take all, not just part, not just part. Go big or go home. It's all or nothing, all or nothing. That's my only motto. It's all or nothing with me. It's all or nothing. That's Joey Walbaum. Clap for him at home. No watching and waiting, no slight hesitating, no trying to keep your hands clean. Except please keep your hands clean right now. You fishing, you caught it, and if you forgot it, I'll tell you again what it means. What it means. It's all or nothing, all or nothing. That's my only motto. It's all or nothing with me. It's all or nothing. Thank you. Jerome mentioned something right before we started. He said he felt a little nervous. Sorry if I'm oversharing for you. But I am a little nervous too, and I don't know why. But getting into it, it feels so normal. And thank you so much for creating something like this. This is what we do. This is what we love to do. And I haven't done it in a while, unless you've seen me busk out during the week. But this feels so great. And I'm not outside, so my bass isn't suddenly changing tuning with the weather. This is so great. Okay. We're going to, this is for the comedic relief of the evening. This is a song about drinking. Okay. And feel free to laugh wholeheartedly, you here in the studio. And we're still doing selective social distancing. Everybody's here about 6 feet away from each other still. That's still good. Continue doing that. You want to take the beginning part? Yeah, 1, 2, oh, 1. Wine improves with age. I improve with wine. Gone and went on a whiskey diet. I lost 6 days in no time. When wine gets in your brain, some people call it brain pollution. Ask any scientist, they'll have to agree. A cocktail is a solution. Candy is dandy, but alcohol sure is quicker. Whatever doesn't kill you today makes you drink stronger liquor. Wine improves with age.
Wine improves with age.
I improve with wine.
I improve with wine.
Drink them if you got them at home. Jerome will sound just fine. Take a good look at your face. Every day a little bit older. We'll pull up a bar stool and remind yourself beauty's in the eye of the beer holder. I kind of want to hear from the drummer on this one, right? Some people ask if I want coffee or tea. I tell them I'm all right, man. But I'll take the coffee if it's Irish, and I only take tea if it's icing from a place called Long Island. Candy is dandy, but alcohol sure is quicker. Whatever doesn't kill you today makes you drink stronger liquor. Candy is dandy, but alcohol sure is quicker. Whatever doesn't kill you today makes you drink stronger liquor. Wine improves with age.
Wine improves with age.
I improve with wine.
I improve with wine.
When we started this set, y'all were 7s and 8s, but now you're solid 9s. Thank you. Thank you. Again, we usually play at Vitos every first Thursday. Looking forward to when that starts. And what I love most about Vitos is when you come in here, sometimes it doesn't feel like Seattle. Like people will talk to you at the bar that don't know you. Or like there might be a lady, an older lady in a fur coat in the corner. Like it doesn't feel like Seattle in here, and it's so fun. So you should come on down when things, when the dust clears. We're going to finish with, we have one more song, and this is written by my very good friend, Isaac Castillo. He's another bass player. Thank you for letting us play this today. He's watching, hi. And this is about the ocean. My friend Emily McVicker, hi. She said yesterday, she's like, whatever is in our environment goes into us. So I've been thinking about that lately. Oh, yeah? We can end early too. This is my show. Okay, thank you. That's Chris Patan. Pay attention to him because he'll be the next mayor of Seattle eventually. Mr. Mayor, we call him. Okay. Whatever's in our environment goes into us. So this song's about the ocean and considering that a little bit more. So thanks, Isaac. So I'll sing for the sea. I never seem to notice. She always sang for me. So if you shut down your motor, listen closer. Listen closer. Because she needs you now. More than ever. So if you believe in blue, I know that she'll believe in you. So I'll sing for the sea. I never seem to notice. She always sang for me. Shut down your motor. Listen closer. Listen closer. Because she needs you now. More than ever. More than ever. So if you believe in blue, I know that she'll believe in you. We can all jam out. We can jam on this. Joey Walbaum on the keys. You're So I'll sing for the sea. I never seem to notice. She always sang for me. Ooh, so if you shut down your motor, listen closer, listen closer. Because she needs you now more than ever, more than ever. So if you believe in blue, I know that she'll believe in you. That's Jerome Smith on the trombone. And Joey Wabam on the keys. With Chris Pontan on the drums. And my name is Marina. Christopher, thank you for having me. Brad, we have music from Hans Teuber and Jeff Harper and Brad Gibson coming up next. So share this with people, please. And if you feel like this, if you feel moved, if you can spare, you can there's a donate button, I'm sure. So if you believe in blue, I know that she'll believe in you.
One down.
Hello, once again, it is your masked DJ here live at Vitos. We are in the Cougar Room with Hans Teuber, the multi-reed player and musician par excellence. Hans, how are you doing in this time of the coronavirus? You're a working musician. I mean, has this been
well, I mean, we're all taking a break, right?
Right, right.
It's time for a breather.
I mean, I was recalling...
But just don't breathe on me.
A different kind of breather. I was actually recalling Sonny Rollins' break right around 1960 when he took a couple years off and just played on the Williamsburg Bridge. Do you think this is an opportunity for people to do some serious shedding?
That's all.
That's all they have time to do.
Well, I was doing that until my wife wanted to start painting. Well, it was my idea too, but we started painting. So, but I was kind of just immediately gravitated towards practicing, which is just something that none of us have enough time to do, but now we all have a lot of time.
Now
to
there's plenty.
So yeah, it could be like that. There might be some people that just all of a sudden blow our minds when they come out of this.
Where are you coming down on the panic? What level of panic are you in? How's the home life for you guys? Are you sheltered in place, or are you out trying to make the most of the nice weather?
No, we're just around the house. You know, we're very comfortable there, and doors and windows are open because we painted. So,
that's a nice bonus.
So and the weather's been good. So I don't know. I'm not freaked out yet, but sometimes you hear the projections of how long this goes, and then that's when it sort of goes like, hey, wait a minute, because there's always the little honeymoon or the romance of the oh boy, new stuff, and then suddenly you're like, oh, it's not over yet.
Right. Yeah, I grew up in Duval, and the power would go out, seems like every year in our little house. And for a couple of days it was exciting, and then it got really old. So it kind of feels a little bit like that. Tell me a little bit about the music you're going to play tonight. Jeff Harper bass and Brad Gibson at the drums. What do you got in store for us?
Well, what we have in store is that it's just a classic thing where Jeff, Brad, and I like to play together. There's no official band. Brad's kind of organized this, and I played here with him on his Wednesdays, which I'm not sure which one it is. It's like one a month or two a month. And so we're kind of a rotating bunch of folks that kind of speak the same language.
You play a variety of horns. Which have you brought with you tonight?
Tonight I'm just going to play alto.
Excellent.
I had I was supposed to go to Chicago and open a show. Actually, I was supposed to be there now, and I had a trunk full of some of my other favorite horns, but they just arrived yesterday because I had stuff there, and then it canceled, so I was waiting. So I got almost everything back, and but I've just been kind of living with the alto. So
I have been enjoying some of your flute work. This is the surprise I was talking about earlier. Is a flute piece, a recording you made that I just recently picked up. It's a really difficult recording to find, and it's this Jeremiah Sand. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
This is from the movie Mandy, which is a Nicolas Cage film, and one of the characters in the movie is a cult leader, kind of Charles Manson type, and he has an album. It's really just one song, but you play on this record. There's Hans Teuber on flute.
Did I get? How large is the font?
Yeah, you're in there.
Oh, they spelled it wrong.
Tell us a little bit about this project. It was just the one song, Amulet of the Weeping Maze. Burgess, right.
Burgess, yeah. Two guys I really respect, and every time I work with them, it's been really interesting. I mean, like 100% of the time. So, whatever I did that day, was directed by Randall, I believe, and he, was sort of like the studio thing of play some more. Why don't you play some more? And there was a lot of freedom. And the end result, I did hear. I don't have that record, but I was pretty pleased with it.
Yeah. I really recommend everyone go out and check out the movie Mandy. It is one of the strangest, bizarrest, most metal movie I've ever seen. And this is a real treat. So if you can find a copy of this, track it down. Hans
I wish I had brought
Teuber.
my flute, though. I didn't bring my flute.
Next time we'll have you playing
Okay.
the flute, but we're going to send you out to join your compatriots,
Okay.
Jeff Harper and Brad Gibson.
All right.
And we'll bring Marina in. Thanks for coming in and having a little conversation
Okay.
with the masked DJ. And as we bring Marina Christopher into the room, I want to go over a few of the very important details of this evening. You can track us down at liveconcerts.stream is the place where you want to watch, the place you want to donate and send money to this lovely lady, twitch.tv/liveconcerts. This is live streaming in the time of Corona. Apologies to Gabriela Garcia Marquez. Marina, how's it going?
Oh, I'm learning new habits, new ways to move through the world.
I was just asking Hans what his panic level is with the situation. How are you doing with it?
Like many artists in this town, I don't have that big of a safety net. So I've been busking out in the world, watching the people. Also, when I'm busking, I say physical distancing, not social distancing, because we're on social media right now.
Yes.
But we're keeping our space. But people seem very happy because people still got to walk their dog. If they don't go outside and get sunshine, that's a different kind of illness.
Right.
So, and some other people that I work for, because I'm all contracted, self-employed, have been very generous to. Someone just sent me a check, like, here's by the time.
Oh, wow, wonderful.
It was very cool.
I wonder, we're starting to see a few of the government's aid packages come out, and I'm not sure, have you looked into any of those? What is the situation going on right now from an artist perspective?
I know they're overwhelmed with applications, and I don't live in King County, so but I work in King County all the time. So where do I go? But I will get back to you, masked interviewer.
Thank you.
And I've applied for one thing, but I will keep looking for other things because there's lots of people out there that want to help.
Yes, that has been really, really satisfying. Once again, if you want to help, you can donate right there at liveconcerts.stream and twitch.tv/liveconcerts. Big thanks to the production team here, Astral Media Lab, John Thoreau and the gang, the Blue Mallard recording gang doing the sound, Jeff Trefiello is doing a wonderful job on the sound. You sound really, really great online. Have you done live streaming before?
No, I did it from my set at the airport last week and got good. People figured out how to donate me. I didn't even post my information.
Oh, wow.
They Venmo'd me.
They figured it out.
They figured it out just over the 20-minute window. Now, I don't usually do that, but it's a new world.
You are one of the incredibly talented bass players, songwriters, band leaders, and singers.
Keep it coming. What else?
Who can perform solo, who doesn't really need a whole band around you to pull off a performance. So it seems like you would be perhaps better off than a lot of bass players in town who really do need a band, or a drummer, for instance, who needs to be working with somebody else. You can start doing some shows just on your own.
To all those bass players that don't sing yet.
Players. Start working on it.
Walk a bass line and then sing the melody you already know. That's how I started. It's really easy.
So do you have plans to do any more solo performances or work with your band?
Any sunny days. Actually, I heard it on the radio. There was you can't visit elderly people. There's people in dementia care. They're going to the window outside. And so they contacted me to hire to play music just on the sidewalk.
To the people listening from their windows.
So, that could be a thing.
That could be a thing.
Or just the Twitch thing as well.
Yeah.
My boyfriend's more into Twitch. He showed me that, and I watched an amazing accordion player.
Ooh.
Just used to saving up for his vacation, and he'd read the comments and see and he would just go right into the next song. And that's kind of what I do with a live crowd. So learning that skill with words going by would be an interesting endeavor.
Now, one of my favorite things about you, as I compliment you some more, is you are really a master of the live performance. You can capture a crowd in the most bizarre circumstances. You look like you're right at home on a stage, whatever that stage may be. This must be the toughest time for you, lacking that audience to work off of.
Little bit. Busking helps. It's a lot of canned entertainer energy.
Right.
And I feel lucky that I have that. My father's a musician. His favorite band was Louis Prima. Right. So I love that I get to play at Vitos. I even proposed a Louis Prima night when we come back. But
excellent.
That's the energy of the band that I love. So I realize I'm trying to emulate that group. But I don't know. I've been playing a lot of The Sims. I set up my Wii. I've been writing songs, you know.
Yeah, how much are you working? I mean, you've got some albums out. Are you working on a new album, writing songs for that, or new projects, new band lineups?
I've always want to have all those horns. So takes me embarrassingly long to write words. So that's where I get stuck on. But actually, tomorrow I'm playing with the Seattle Unity Church. They're doing a live stream worship, so I'm subbing
wonderful
for them. So 2 live streams in a weekend.
How will that work? Are you going to be solo, sequestered, quarantined, as it were, on your own, and then videoed in just by yourself, or you will be in a room again with people?
It will be a much smaller production than this, and everybody's been screened for symptoms. And that's, you know.
That seems to be the big question now is, does the benefit outweigh the risk of even this small a gathering? I don't think we even have a dozen people here at Vitos, but that question is something that we have to ask.
Yes.
Have you thought about that?
I've thought about that, and I don't really like advertising where I'm busking because I don't want to encourage people to get closer.
Right.
You know, always see people pull up chairs. I'm like, scoot it over a little more.
I certainly have my own concerns. I certainly don't want my mom to know that I'm broadcasting, live streaming on the web today. So, hence the mystery DJ. Is there anything about this shutdown, the lockdown, we're all assuming there will be a shelter-in-place announcement sometime.
Yeah.
What do you miss most about getting out in the city and your favorite neighborhood spots and hangouts and or the people? Or
I miss the Sea Monster. I miss the Mojam Mondays. I miss if the jam isn't quite to my liking, go across the street and play pinball at a ball. Actually, it's funny. Before March even started, I already made a promise to myself to not do any takeout, and so that's very easy to follow through with.
It is, if you can get your stuff at the store.
Yeah, I do enjoy how people are more aware of each other now.
Yeah.
Keep that distance.
Well, I'm also thinking that there may be some bonuses that we don't realize now at the end of this, that maybe we've realized that we've got a new way of getting to our audiences.
Yeah.
And maybe live streamings will become more common. That maybe the small clubs gigs will also always include live streaming.
Perhaps like more 3D kind of things. My friend was Emily. She was also like, we're always going to remember our lives pre and post Corona. So it's dramatic. It's a weird time.
Did you have any big summer plans that you're wondering now? Are they going to be able to?
I already had a wedding that was supposed to be in May that they ended up, and it's Canadian and American, so they ended up getting married today at the Peace
good.
Arch.
Congratulations at the Peace Arch. I'm
So
sure it'll be a wonderful wedding. What a great time to start a life together.
Well, I also was planning to go on tour with Ahamaluo's show, Susan. We were going to play the Paramount.
Right. Oh, my gosh.
That is all, they're the ones that supporting people in this time. Thank you. Go see Susan when it's out.
Yeah.
So that's up in the air. My uncle, he's cured from lymphoma, so we want to take everybody to Hawaii in October. I don't know.
I just heard the word today that for the time being, Hawaii is requiring all visitors to be in quarantine for 14 days. So it may not be a good time to visit Hawaii now, folks. You'll be stuck in your hotel for 2 weeks before you get to hit the beach. So, yeah, rough times now in Hawaii, too. Jeez, can you believe it?
Oh, my goodness. Kind of sounds, are they getting close? I'm excited.
I'm very excited about this band. Are you a fan of Jeff Harper's?
Oh, for sure. I had the privilege once of playing in Wayne Horvitz's circus group, right?
Yeah.
So I was on electric and Jeff was on upright.
Oh, tell me about that.
Well, Wayne, he has this way of conducting where there's all these, there's a bunch of signals. And so I had to crash course learn it for the thing. But when that show comes around at the Royal Room, I forget, Electric Circus or Wayne Horvitz.
Right,
yeah. But that was awesome to have Jeff in the back. I don't ever get to play with the bass player. Sometimes Jerome plays sousaphone in my band,
which is kind of like a different bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've recommended the sub for me when people ask me to play bass. I'm like, get Jerome. It's good. But Wayne, I'd love to come back and play in that band anytime.
Yeah, I understand the KNKX is a proud sponsor of the Royal Room Collective Music Ensemble shows at the Royal Room, and I know that the band, for that occasion, they don't practice. They never practice. No. It's all about showing up and following Wayne. Yeah. Is it the same thing for the Electric Circus?
Yeah, he has these snippets, a few measures. He might tell somebody to play something, or he might tell you to improvise, or he might like what you did and he'll want you to repeat that snippet, and then he'll conduct other people to do other things. It's live DJing, except it's not buttons, it's humans.
Human DJing. I
It's
love
really
that.
cool.
Is it taught, you're a band leader. Has it taught you anything about how to lead a band or direct or arrange or anything like that?
Oh, not so much, because I only did that one time.
Yeah.
And then I'm having to be a front person, which I'm not always. I mostly have to get psyched up to be that. It's not my go-to. I love being a member of a band.
Yeah.
But I wasn't being asked to play in the type of bands I wanted to, so I made one.
That's right.
But it's fun. It's fun being this front person and playing bass, because bass has a lot of control over where we go.
You're the what would you say, the keel of the ship. You're steering the direction. You're making sure where the band goes next. Are you playing with any other bands? Are you doing any side work?
I play with the Bad News Botanists.
Yes.
You know them.
I know them.
We're recording a new record.
Excellent.
I play with Paula Boggs' band, which,
Yes.
Seattle Brewed Soulgrass.
Wonderful blues roots band.
I play with Jarrett Samples. He's Americana. All these shows have been canceled. It's talking about this stuff.
Leave that part out. We all know.
There's more people. Oh, goodness. I feel bad. I can't think of it now. But
Do you feel like there's a limit of how many people's songs you can know? You've got to write all your own songs and keep your own.
I have a
discography
habit
figured
of,
out.
if people send me a recording, I'll just make a chart for it. 'Cause it's easier for me to just write a chart
Write it
out real
down.
quick, which I have those services available if anybody needs that now. This time, that's long distance work. That's
Where's the best place to reach Marina Christopher?
MarinaChristopher.com is a good place to go. I'm on the Instagram, and I have a YouTube. That will be much more active the coming weeks. I have some of that planned.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of platforms, so I really just pick one if you're going to contact me.
MarinaChristopher.com.
That's the best one.
All right, I wanted to go, while we're still killing time waiting for Hans, Jeff, and Brad to begin the show, let me remind you about some important information for live streaming in the time of Corona. You can track the stream down. You're probably watching right now at liveconcerts.stream. One of the best places to donate, if you're not donating there, is twitch.tv/liveconcerts. Thanks so much to the production team at Astral Media Lab, John Thoreau, the sound guys at Blue Mallard Recording, Jeff Trefiello, wonderful cat making everybody sound so great, and of course the whole gang here at Vitos. It really is, you forget sometimes about everyone else involved in what it takes to put on a show until you take all the crowd out, and it's like, that's right, it's not just the musicians. You've got the sound guys, you've got the people that are running the building that you're in. And so this is a real important time, not only to support these wonderful musicians, but to support the places where they play. And Vitos is delivering for another half hour. You can get their take and bake lasagna that I think we've got some out front that looks really, really good.
I'm getting the meatballs.
Meatballs for Miss Christina. Marina Christopher with Jerome Smith trombone, Joey Walbaum piano, and Chris Patton drums. Tell us about Joey. I hadn't seen you play with this young pianist before.
Joey, I met a long time ago. When Lucid was open, there was the Nephos sessions he would play, and he blew my mind because he can sing, he can do the synth work, because sometimes people can't do synth work and jazz piano stuff.
Right.
And he can do like the electronic stuff. He
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
he's so good.
Does he have his own project?
Yes, Tetrabox.
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 What? I gotta know more. Cynthy?
Oh. It's alternative
Tetrabox
jazz.
sounds like a video game
He
from the 80s.
plays Marmalade a lot of times.
Okay, gotcha.
Tetrabox. Well, he was thinking like 4-note chords in a box. I also want to mention I play with Leah T. That was the one I could. She's releasing a song a month. Look up Leah T. Okay.
One of the hardest working musicians in town, Marina Christopher. God bless us. Let's hope this all gets over really, really soon.
Thank
and
you.
I'm hoping at the end of this also that we can really have a celebration of how important the arts are to us. And I'm expecting that every club will be packed. Every waitress will be being tipped twice as much as they are, and all the sound guys and production people will be given a slap on the back and saying thank you for all your hard work in these difficult times. Thank you, Marina Christopher.
Right on, masked interviewer.
Thank you. Thank you. And I believe we are ready to go to our next performer. We have Hans Teuber on the alto saxophone, Jeff Harper bass, and Bradley Gibson drumming, streaming live at Vitos in Seattle.
Did we still not have audio?
Audience.
Audio should be good.
I'm gonna speak. Speaking to all of you people. Hi, thanks for listening. The wonderful, multi-talented, generous, kind, intelligent, thoughtful, sensual Hans Teuber. Right over there to my left. Also to my left, Jeff Harper. Thanks for watching wherever you are. Liveconcerts.stream is the place to be. We're so fortunate to have so many wonderful musicians in this city, wonderful musicians around the globe. Without pedantics, it really is, music is a worldwide phenomenon that can and does heal. So thanks for hanging out.
does that mean? 11 minutes left. 11 minutes left. Oh, well, it's not. It's, time isn't going backwards. It's not 11:23 at night. Getting younger. Jeff, remember that song we used to play?
live streaming in the time of Corona. I am the masked DJ here with Kiki Valera. He will be taking the stage here at Vitos live in Seattle. And Kiki, we were talking about how you've had some concerts canceled and like a lot of folks around. And I was wondering if, since I know a lot of gigs are scheduled out months in advance, if you are booking gigs still in, say, July or August?
We have one gig in Berkeley. The place is Fred and Salvage. That's supposed to be in June.
In June, all right.
So we still don't know. I mean,
right, exactly.
you know, cross
the fingers.
Yeah, too. But I mean, but the most important thing that about this situation is that that we can get out of this. You know, that everything's get, you know, well, and no one else get harmed, you know, and keep going with our life. But the most important thing is that the health of people, you know, that.
Amen. Yeah. So whatever drastic steps we need to take now, let's take them, and we'll get out the other end.
Yeah. And here, you know, following the instructions, stay home. Wash your hands, all that kind of stuff, you know, to try to not spread this disease. But I mean, here we are to make people happy.
Right.
That's our duty.
Now, I wonder if you have any experience with the live streaming concerts. Have you done one of these before?
No.
It's a strange thing.
I'm super nervous about.
The audience is out there. You can't see them. We actually had a comment on our feed, our concert feed, asking if why can't we stream some of the concert, the audience sound to the musicians so they could get that? Switch the microphone on. That's a lot better. To have the audience sound coming to you, because I'm not sure how feasible that is, but that is really an important part of the live performance, is to have that feedback, to get that energy from the audience.
Yeah. You're totally right, because mainly the musicians, we love that, you know. For us, more than anything, is to have a crowd and everybody's, you know, enjoying what you are offering.
Right.
In this case, it's music, and Cuban music is, you know, everything about dancing and gather people around, and this is kind of odd because, you know, we're not seeing the audience.
Right. And I think a lot of jazz musicians like to say, if they think the term jazz is not quite right, they like to say, well, it's social music. And certainly the music you're playing is social. It's made for dancing. It's made for bringing people together.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you kind of feel like you're going to put yourself into, well, we'll just perform as we do when we're practicing, or do you think that you will be able to raise your level and imagine that audience out there?
I think we are going to be, as always, you know, but besides the connection that we have with the public, with the audience, we also connecting between, you know, the musicians. So I think we're gonna have fun. I mean, like,
I know there will be a lot of people dancing in their homes tonight to this performance tonight. So you just imagine
that's
all those
our
people
goal.
dancing in their living rooms in their underwear, I'm sure. Now, the band has a new record out. Tell us a little bit about Vivencias en Clave Cubana.
Well, this is an album that I put together with my friend from my childhood, Coco Freeman. We launched this album back in October last year. It's doing well, and right now I'm working on new tunes.
Oh, good.
Because, you know, we're home, so we have to keep going. So I'm doing some new tunes for our new project, but this album is a compendium of, you know, tales and stories about our own experiences back in Cuba. That's what the name Vivencia, which means life experiences. You know, so this is like a book. You open a book and you've read a bunch of stories, and said through the clave, because the main the vortex in the Cuban music is the clave. So and this is a pretty nice album. I mean, and he's doing well. I mean, everybody. We have had a lot of good reviews and comments about the music and stuff, and I mean, we are super happy with that. So.
Well, I know the band got to perform in the studios at KNKX last fall when the record came out, and people can connect to that performance as well. Just a short little performance, but the video's great, the sound is great. The band was in fine form at knkx.org, and we've got a full performance from the band coming up tonight. Will this be music from the new record, or are you going to be debuting some new music tonight?
We maybe not, but we're going to try to bring something new. But I mean, basically, because the repertoire that I have in my band is not very, very common. I mean, because sometimes people tend to play covers and stuff, or standards, and we picked up, a nice repertoire, which is for some people is kind of new.
Right.
So. But I think I have a couple tunes new from our new album tonight.
Wonderful. Everyone stay tuned. Now, a lot of people may not be familiar with the instrument you play. You play an interesting version of a guitar, the quattro. Can you tell us a little bit about the difference?
Yeah, well, no, standard guitars has 6 strings, like everyone knows. Quattro, it has 4 double strings. So if you look at the mandolin, it's about the same concept, but tuned different, and it's bigger.
Guitar size, yeah.
Yeah. And this is a very close cousin of a Cuban tres, because tres is the iconic instrument in the traditional Cuban music, because around that instrument, everything builds up, And a quattro is... Let's say it is an extension, because tres has 3 double strings. So quattro has 4 double strings. In terms of music, quattro brings more complexity in the chords that you can play, and give you another octave up. And it has a beautiful richness, when you play voicing and stuff. Right. Is nicer and a little bit more complex technically.
It sounds like a complex instrument, and I wonder if that's an instrument that you can just sit around and jam on and write songs on, or do you prefer to write on a guitar or maybe piano?
That depends. Sometimes I use the piano, or sometimes I just grab my quattro and I start, playing something, and I basically do everything around my instrument.
Right.
I use it a lot for everything. I mean, I've been playing quattro since I don't remember.
Kiki Valera is joining us. His band is going to take the stage here at Vitos very shortly. I want to make sure you have plenty of time to set up. So I will I'll let you go, give you a little elbow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kiki.
Thank you for having me.
We're so glad to have you here. Very, very much looking forward to your music.
My pleasure.
On your way out, give a little elbow to Brad Gibson. Tell him to come on in and join me, and we'll continue the conversation while you're getting ready.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Kiki
Valera y su son cubano. The new record is Vivencias en Clave Cubana. Thank you very much, Kiki. And remember, we are live streaming in the time of Corona. The place to be is liveconcerts.stream, and you can make your donations easiest, I believe, at twitch.tv/liveconcerts. Thanks so much to the production team at Astral Media Lab, John Thoreau and his gang, Blue Mallard Recording handling the sound. Jeff Treffiello is doing some wonderful work, and Bradley Gibson joins us once again. It's night 2 of 2. You are wrapped up. You must be thinking, whew, everything's going as we planned.
Yeah, with what little planning we had.
I've been following a little bit of the comments on the streaming and checking out what people are saying. Everybody seems to be having a great time. The funding is coming in. I think we're over $1,200 for tonight, and I think we brought in about $1,300 tomorrow. There may be some people wondering how the money gets doled out to the bands. I wonder if you could explain that to the folks.
Yeah, well, it's really we're working as equitably as possible. We're taking this money and splitting it evenly amongst the bands, and the band is distributing it to their members. Vitos has been so amazing, donating their time. A lot of staff here working for little to no money. They're not taking any of the musicians' money. So that's the short of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we spoke a little bit about this last night, worth bringing up again. There's a lot of uncertainty about what's going to happen tomorrow in our city. Do you have any plans yet, even penciling in that you're working forward on?
Just a reminder, live concerts.
Liveconcerts.stream.
Is the best place to donate.
The PayPal at liveconcerts.stream is the best place. The PayPal. I'm a big PayPal guy myself, so that's where I made my contribution last night to this fine program.
Well, yes, thank you, sir.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. So, getting back to that comment, are you starting to pencil in plans, at least working on the next step, just in case we can do more of these?
With this, honestly, no, I'm not thinking beyond today.
Yeah.
What I've been thinking towards is, do I have enough groceries for if the city closes down?
Right.
But this has been a really enjoyable and successful experience on numerous fronts, and I know that every musician who's come through has, told me what a great time they had, and a bunch of people online have reached out to me as well, saying the same. They've enjoyed listening, from the comfort of their homes. So we'll see.
Yeah, I've been so impressed with the crew, the family. Really, it's a family here at Vitos.
Yeah.
Everybody working here, growing up in restaurants, I know how that can be. They're a wonderful crew here. So I think the kitchen's closed down for tonight, but remember they're doing deliveries within a 5-mile radius. Wonderful lasagna, doing takeout and short area deliveries for you until 9 o'clock. And thanks to Blue Mallard Recording, Jeff Treffiello, and handling all the sound. Once again for Astral Media Lab, doing some wonderful production.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of the silver linings I see, is we are all trying to find some silver linings as we move forward through this, is that live streaming may become a more normal part of the concert experience.
I think it will. And as some have pointed out, it's really the opportunity to take back a little of the power from the middlemen, so to speak, is there if musicians are smart about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Have you been hearing from other musicians about their experiences with live streaming, and anybody learning lessons that they think they can pass on? It seems like a lot of people were not taking it too seriously, streaming when we didn't need to stream. It was
Totally.
like, well, I'll set my phone up, and my parents want to watch it on Facebook or something. But it seems like there are some lessons being learned here.
There are, I think there were front runners, nationally. I think, people like Jack Conte, for example, have maybe had this kind of vision, maybe a future thinker. It'll be interesting to see where it goes, because if everyone is streaming from the comfort of their home, then it's really going to have to, musicians are going to have to, redouble their efforts, creatively to present something that is more enticing than just sitting at home.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, I don't often go to see arena shows, but a friend of mine got tickets and we went and saw Judas Priest recently.
Nice.
And it made me wonder, because the tickets for those arena shows are so prohibitively expensive, if that might be the future too, if the virtual reality wave really tunes in and they can, sell $50 concerts to 1 million people and they're on the stage with Judas Priest or something like that. The possibilities are really endless for this technology.
There are. I honestly am a bit dubious. I'm not a Luddite by any means, but part of the beauty of live music is the potential for shifting the air in the room. And performance art is great and beautiful and has a place, and I think streaming is perhaps an aspect of performance art. You know, the shared experience, just the mysterious quality of music is maybe similar to the mysterious quality of cinema, where the screen is larger than life, and the emotional experience as as the plot is revealed to us, something is shared there that I think we do have to be careful about not losing it entirely.
Right.
I don't think we will, because
Right.
humans are relatively smart.
Yeah, and needy for that human contact. I think that's been,
Yeah,
been
very
one of
much
the
so,
toughest
very
parts
much so.
about this is what you want to do in a case of a crisis is get together with your friends, and that's the exact opposite of what we get to do now, is we have to just stay apart.
Yeah, I mean, how many people have I come into contact with that are averse from hugging, or let alone like touching on the arm? I like to make contact with my friends.
Me too. It's my love language, Brad.
Yeah. Yeah. We need it, and so it's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is weird. I think there's going to be a lot of hugs. I'm hoping it's in May. I'm kind of pointing my my psychic arrow towards folk life at the end of May.
Well, maybe
That would be really
someone will come up with a hug stream.
The technology for virtual hugs, I think they've got a lot of progress to be made there. But I think you're right. The idea of live streaming is really great, and the better quality, the better.
Yeah.
But it's really always going to be a backup situation or something for people who can't physically be at a club, whether it's illness or physical capabilities or just distance.
Yeah.
But that magic of being live in the room with musicians, especially in, I mean, arenas, that was a pretty fun show, the Judas Priest show. It was
I
pretty
bet.
Fun. But to be in a room 20 feet away from musicians, in the middle of a song that could go in any direction, depending a lot on what the audience is up to, that kind of magic, I think, is is going to become more and more obviously important to people as we miss it.
I hope so. There's something that is a little hard to articulate that can be transmitted. I remember seeing Paul Motion at the Village Vanguard shortly before he passed his way, never having seen him before. And there was something about being in the room and seeing him hit the drums that conveyed some element of his touch. It was like, something opened up in me, which might not have been available through a YouTube tutorial.
Yeah. At the same time, this is an opportunity for folks to revisit their record collection, to get back into some of the albums they've bought. And I wonder if there are any favorites that you, I don't think we do it as much anymore because music is so accessible. But if you can recall an album that you really spent a lot of time with, that you got into, that you started to memorize either the solos or you started to learn the lyrics backwards and forwards, and that you would really, actively listen to.
The one that is first and foremost is Kenny Barron's Wanton Spirit.
Wow.
That just speaks to me. I mean, and not just, that speaks to me.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll revisit that. Although I'm trying to expand my palette a little. I feel like I've spent so much time with it that maybe I don't need to anymore for the time being.
Well, I've got a record here that you might be interested in.
Huh.
This is my surprise for Hans Teuber. He performs on this. This is an album from a character in a movie. This is from the movie Mandy, starring Nicolas Cage.
Wow.
It's a very strange horror film, one of the most metal movies ever made.
Wow.
And the character of Jeremiah Sand is a bit like a Charles Manson type cult character, who's also a musician, like Charles Manson. And he writes a song that he plays for his captive to try to lure her into the cult. And Hans Teuber is featured on flute.
That's
along
amazing.
With Milky Burgess and Randall Dunn.
That's amazing.
It's really amazing. I can't encourage you to watch this film enough. It is one of the strangest cinematic events of the last decade.
Wow.
And for our local boys to be part of it is pretty exciting stuff.
That's great. Yeah, Milky's a great player as well.
Yeah. Besides albums to listen to, do you have any plans for the rest of the weekend? What are you going to be up to? Are you going to be hunkering down?
I'll be recovering tomorrow. Probably waking up late. I've been reading a lot more lately. Nothing special.
Gabriela Garcia Marquez?
Yeah, perhaps. Do I have any plans? No. No, I don't.
Now, I've been talking to some of the musicians coming by. Marina Christopher and I talked about Sonny Rollins' era in 1960 when he kind of dropped off the face of the earth for a couple of years and went and shedded on the Williamsburg Bridge.
Yeah.
And Hans and I talked about this too. He's been spending a lot of time practicing.
Yeah.
Not as easy for a drummer, I think. How do you go about practicing as a drummer?
Well, I'm fortunate that I have access to a studio at the Seattle Drum School, which is where I've taught for many years as well, Seattle Drum School. Steve Smith has been, he's been almost a patron to me. It's really, I mean, it's really amazing what he's done. So I'm fortunate I have a studio to practice full kit there, but I have practice pad at home. I picked up flute recently, so I may dip into that. Reading some, poking away at the keyboard as well. I got my grandma's piano back recently. So it is weird though having so few gigs because that's where a lot of the practice actually occurs. So now that I have no context, I'm coming on to gigs. I mean, the past 2 nights here were kind of. They made me feel not so good about my playing because I haven't been able to practice as much. I haven't been playing as much, so my skills aren't as well oiled. On top of, 3 full days of coordinating everything, I come in and I'll do the best I can.
Yeah. We are killing a little bit of time. It should be any minute. Kiki Valera y su son cubano will be taking the stage here at Vitos. Once again, liveconcerts.stream. The PayPal link on there is a great way to make your contribution.
And I'd like to say thank you to everyone for donating. It's really very generous spirit. Thank you very much.
Well, from the fans' point of view, it's been really important for us to be a part of this too.
Yeah. Cool.
We love music so much, and we really want our musicians to be successful and healthy in more ways than one.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we're saying. Let's see. Some more time to kill, and what can we talk about?
What have you been doing, Abe?
Well, I've been wondering if the NBA was going to be... I heard some big news that the NBA was going to be streaming past games for free.
Oh, really?
And I got really excited until I found out that they're only streaming games back to 2009, the year that the Oklahoma City Thunder began. So no supersonic streaming. So I will probably be spending some of my Sunday afternoon getting out my old VHS cassette copy of the Sonics 1979 championship game.
Wow.
So I'm spending a little bit of time doing that.
That's good.
I've got a lot of yard work to do. And it sounds like the sun's going to hold out for one more day. So I'm gonna try to get out in the garden.
Get some vitamin D.
Yeah,
that's
get that
good.
Vitamin D.
That streaming reminds me that I recently came on to the fact that the Berlin Symphony has opened through the 31st a free month's worth of their archive of concerts.
Yeah, I have been hearing more and more about that. Other groups are making their content free for streaming, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
I'm working on a little project. We might as well discuss a little bit because I think you will understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
April is Jazz Appreciation Month, so working on a project for the radio station about the importance of the jam session.
Oh, wow.
We were just talking about practicing, especially as a drummer. It feels like to perform, and for a jazz musician, to perform is to practice.
Totally.
You might look at Wayne Horvitz's Royal Room Collective Music Ensemble. They never practice. So it really is about performing. And I wonder if you feel like, it seems like a lot of the music that you're playing is more free form and feels closer to a jam session. There aren't prepared set lists for a lot of the shows you do, or do you think that's not right?
Sorry to interrupt. With the exception of doing a program like this where we want to have a rough idea and not sit there and scratch our heads, for too long. With the exception of that, and with the exception of top 40 gigs that I do, but even then there's often not a set list. No, it's dependent upon a shared language,
right.
And a community of players that know each other and have done it for a while.
And it really is, that's the school of music, is to be out there playing and be playing with people who are better than you, that push you to become a little bit better.
Or who might have less technical ability that allow you to see new ways in which to play your instrument
very interesting.
and compose yourself. So it goes both ways.
Yeah, that makes me think of the Miles Davis quote. Not sure if you read the Herbie Hancock autobiography, but it's pretty fun read. He's not a great writer, but he's got some killer stories, man.
Yeah.
About running to the synthesizer manufacturer to try to get that new synth before Stevie Wonder did.
Oh, I missed that part.
And one of the stories he tells right in the beginning of the book is about getting his job with Miles Davis. And Miles was playing, and Herbie was up there having a great time and hit a bad note, and felt terribly about it. And as the story goes, he went up to Miles later and apologized. And Miles said, well, that's why I hired you and Ron Carter and Tony Williams and all these young people, because I want people who are going to play stuff that I'm not ready for. They're going to challenge me, that are going to keep me on my toes.
Yeah.
And it's another lesson about jazz, as in life, there are no mistakes. It's just an opportunity to go in a different direction, try something new.
Totally.
Was jamming a part of your jazz education, your musical education?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, born and raised in Olympia, I started coming up to the Owl and Thistle Tuesday sessions around 2003 or 2004. So I would drive up, and then once I moved up here, very much so, I cut my teeth at the Owl and Thistle. I really owe a lot to Colin Geary, rest in peace, and the whole crew there.
I've heard some good stories about that jam session in particular and some other jams around town. For instance, if Wynton Marsalis is in town over Mardi Gras, he comes down on Fat Tuesday and blows a little Just a Closer Walk with Thee kind of thing. I wonder if you have any great stories from jam sessions about hot shots coming in or people really not prepared coming in.
Oh, yeah, well, or me being not prepared to play with Nicholas Payton, who was a very gracious man.
Oh, Nicholas Payton, no way.
Yeah, and Butter Tone. I had seen him at the Alley that night, and it was beautiful. And then to hear his sound unamplified, it was a whole new level of tone that was revealed to me. Very nice guy, and of course I was nervous and didn't do so hot. Also, more recently, I had two gigs. I played a happy hour at the Musicarium, and the night that Branford Marsalis' group was playing there.
Yeah.
And then I was at the Owl and Thistle, and I was setting up my drums, and Branford was sitting there. And I said, "Okay, I got to face this." Went up, excused myself, and he was just a gentleman. Yeah, really, and stayed the whole night, or most of the night, and just that was a wonderful experience. We didn't play with each other, but it was a changing experience nonetheless.
Yeah, he's one of the few, I would say, in the world of jazz who kind of qualifies as a quote-unquote rock star. He's
Totally.
a big deal.
Yeah.
He comes to town, he goes golfing with rich people. Branford's, I've got a short story I'll share with you. When he was younger, I got a chance to interview Branford at the condos, the Jazz Alley condos over in Eastlake. And I knock on the door, must have been 2 in the afternoon. He had just come back from golfing with Ken Griffey Jr. And so he is just out of the shower, and I'm waiting for him in the living room. Branford comes out in his towel, takes his towel off, and he's just sitting there in his underwear. And he says, "I'm ready to go." And I'm like, "Oh, so I'm going to interview Branford Marsalis in his underwear." His little brother Jason was on tour with him at the time. Jason must have been 20, 21.
Yeah.
He opens the door, just check to see if Branford's okay, and he sees me in there with his brother in underpants. And I'm standing there with a microphone, like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, going, "Ah!"
That's amazing.
So, not a jam session, but my experience with Branford Marsalis.
Totally. Very cool.
So I'm very excited to, we can hear them practicing and warming up. The sound check is going on. Kiki Valera y su son cubano.
Looking forward to it.
Are you experienced at all in the Latin rhythms? Clave is not as easy as it sounds.
No, I'm very much gringo.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to jam with Latin players at all? Play percussion?
I have. I mean, years ago, Carlos Cascante came down, and we jammed a little. And, of course, wanting to learn more about the drums, I did study a bit of conga and a bit of bata, secular bata. But no, I don't extend beyond that. I'm a little... Well, when the opportunities were there for me to play more with Latin musicians at jam sessions, I was a bit shy about it.
Yeah.
And now it hasn't crossed my path, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Cuba? I am so compelled by Cuba. The rumor is that all the incredible musicians there are also incredible percussionists.
Of course.
And wonderful singers, too.
Of course.
And we hear a little bit of that coming out of the room here at Vitos.
Yeah, that's a place I want to get to for sure.
Certainly, I would love to make that trip, too. Have you had any musical journeys, trips where you've gone and studied music or played music, listened to music?
The farthest south I've been is L.A. to study music.
Oh, wow.
And with a great teacher named Rob Carson. He gave me a lot of stuff. But no, as in terms of the exotic, no.
I'm always up for seeing music when I'm on traveling, when I'm on a trip, when I'm
totally.
visiting somewhere new, because the music is really an international language, and you don't need to know the lyrics that are being sung, or much about the band. Just to be in a place where music is being played with people, you don't need to understand the language. It feels like we're all family now. We all get it.
Yeah.
It's music.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, there's something about being part of taking part in a musical culture. You know, some cultures are more musical, some are less so.
Yeah.
And I have been to New Orleans too many years ago, and I remember that vibe, and I've thought of it recently.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
I feel like a talk radio guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Rush Limbaugh, but I gotta admire the fact that he can just talk and talk and talk and talk.
You have to think a lot about yourself.
Well, I suppose you do. And you got to be on your toes and ready to improvise.
As well.
And I struggled in college. Music theory was very difficult for me, and so I quit. I was a drummer too, and I still play a little bit.
I'm
of
learning
drums.
all this stuff about you,
I
Abe.
still play a little bit of drums, but I'm much more a fan, and I just love being around so many wonderful musicians. It's not easy. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of work and a lot of dedication.
It's but it's a it's a beautiful path.
Well, it really is satisfying.
It can be.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's frustrating.
Sure.
Sometimes spending hours in the shed alone is not what you want to be doing.
Yeah.
But it's the path for many. I mean, you have to grin and bear it, and you have to. What's the phrase? That you have to eat the bitters too.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But a life making art is a pretty great life. I'd rather be making art than making money.
I would like to make both.
In fact, you can make a donation right now through the PayPal at liveconcerts.stream. We are getting ready to go with Kiki Valera y su son cubano. They've got a new record out, Vivencia en clave cubana. The life experiences of the Cuban rhythms is my loose translation of that. Kiki Valera, a wonderful cuatro player. I think that would be 10-string instrument, like a mandolin expanded to guitar size and tuned very uniquely. I got to imagine it's tough to switch from that complicated instrument to just playing some guitar or ukulele, but he's working with a surgical instrument there. We were very excited to present the band. Coming right up, we are live streaming in the time of Corona here at Vitos on Capitol Hill. The kitchen is closed, but the music is about to get steaming hot in here. Once again, thanks to our production crew at Astral Media Lab, John Thoreau and his gang. Blue Mallard recording, handling the sound, Jeff Trefiello. I've been getting it right for the rest of the evening. And we are ready to wrap up and bring you the music. Thank goodness. Thank you so much, Brad.
Thanks, Abe. Thank
this
you.
has been a wonderful,
Thanks,
wonderful thing. And thank you again, yes, to all of you out there listening and watching and sending in your money. We really appreciate that. We got a wonderful concert coming for you next. So share it, pass it on. Let's get more eyes and ears on this fun. And from all of us here in Seattle, wash your hands.
Ha!
start playing, or you want us to say? You want us to say anything? Hi everyone, welcome, and we're really happy to be here. Okay, there you go. To all our friends around the world, thank you for tuning in. And Kiki, I think this is gonna be fun tonight. We hope you guys are staying safe, and this is our way to bring music to your homes. And for those friends that follow us, we're here in Seattle, Vitos, and we hope you enjoy our show. Remember, if you feel like supporting this crew and helping us, you can go to liveconcerts.stream and you can actually give us a donation. Either way, we really appreciate you guys tuning in, and we hope you guys staying safe. Here we go. Esta vida parrandera me mata, me mata, me mata, me acaba. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Por mi madre te lo juro, me acaba. Esta vida parrandera me mata. El champán y las mujeres me matan. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Mi madre te lo juro, me acaba. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Y la música cubana me encanta. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Mi vida, qué linda eres, no me canso de mirarte. Mi vida, qué linda eres, no me canso de mirarte. Pero no me atrevo a hablarte, porque no sé si me quieres. Si alguno a ti te dijere que yo me muero por ti, no dudo que eso es así. Y te han dicho la verdad. Si mi corazón está resuelto a morir por ti. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Esta vida parrandera me acaba. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Y la música cubana me encanta. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Por mi madre te lo juro, me mata. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Kiki Valera le dicen la flor de la maravilla. Kiki Valera le llaman la flor de la maravilla. Viene regando semillas por lo alto con su cuadro. Lo mata, que lo acaba. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Por mi madre te lo juro, me mata. Esta vida parrandera me mata. El champán y las mujeres me matan. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Y la música cubana me encanta. Esta vida parrandera me mata. En este espacio sonoro, notas tiernas y sencillas. En este espacio sonoro, notas tiernas y sencillas. Llegarán las maravillas del son de mi cuerda de oro. Me mata, que me mata, que me anda. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Y esta vida parrandera me mata. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Por mi madre te lo juro, me mata. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Ay, lo digo y lo repito, me encanta. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Esta vida parrandera me mata. Sonido Valera.
Vaya, Kiki. Dilo ahí. Muchas gracias a nuestra familia de Latinoamérica. Muchas gracias por estar en sintonía. Un saludo muy especial para la gente allá en Costa Rica, en Cuba. Yo sé que nos están mirando también. Tenemos mucha gente. Recuerden, si nos quieren ayudar y apoyar nuestra música, ustedes pueden ir también simplemente a liveconcert.stream. Y vamos a hacer algo que viene de tu familia, Kiki. Claro, algo bonito que grabaras tú con tu querido padre. Y viene y dice así. Ay, románticos.
La vida es triste y sin cariño. La vida es triste y sin amores. Y por eso yo, que he vivido entre las flores de tu jardín, que yo jamás podré olvidar. La vida es triste y sin cariño. se fue sin regresar. Lindo, polo, pájaro lindo, polo. Y yo no sé, yo no sé, yo no sé dónde andará. Yo no sé si volverá. Pájaro lindo, polo, pájaro lindo, polo. Se fue la flor de mi jardín, la flor más bella que tuve aquí. Lindo, polo, pájaro lindo, polo. Pájaro lindo, polo. Pájaro lindo se fue guaguancó. Pájaro lindo, polo. Pájaro lindo, polo. Y ahora Kiki ven a tocar tu lira para que la hija tenga su inspiración. Pájaro lindo, polo. Pájaro lindo, polo. Bueno, compay, y si no regresa con ese solo de 3 o 4, ya no regresa. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, from Santiago de Cuba, Kiki Valera. Rompe lo que es tuyo. Pájaro lindo, polo, pájaro lindo, polo. Que ya voló y no vuelve más. Pájaro lindo, polo. Pero yo no sé si regresará. Pájaro lindo, polo. Pájaro lindo, polo. Pájaro lindo, polo. Si yo le canto una rumba, le canto mi guaguancó. Pájaro lindo, polo. Ella voló y no volverá. Pájaro lindo, polo. Que yo no sé por qué voló. Pájaro lindo, polo. Pájaro lindo se fue. Pájaro lindo, polo. Yo no sé, pero que mira y nunca más regresó. Pájaro lindo, polo. Esa, la bella, bella de mi jardín. Pájaro lindo, polo. 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 Sí, señor. De que voló, voló. Muchas gracias. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Un aplauso, señores, que tenemos mucha gente aquí que nos está mirando. ¿Ah?
Qué lástima que no podamos oír los aplausos.
Exacto, exacto. Well, thank you so much, guys, for being here. Again, this is just a little time that we're taking, and make sure that you go actually to liveconcerts.stream. And if you like to donate some money to support live music here, we're going to continue doing live music here for a few months until we can get out of the house, right? And we can bring people out here to join us in the dance floor. For now, just sit back and enjoy it at home.
saludo a Coco.
That's right.
Coño, Coquito, compadre. Tú tengas.
No me importa nada si van a hablar de mí o si de mí van a hablar, que las lenguas son así, movimiento y nada más. Que las lenguas son así, movimiento y nada más. Este vacilón, que no me importa nada si van a hablar de mí o si de mí van a hablar, y que me dan la nariz por el gusto de chiflar, y que me dan la nariz por el gusto de chiflar. Como soy buen nadador, solo en el mar se me ve, como meto la cabeza y los pies para nadar como un pez, como meto la cabeza y los pies para nadar como un pez. Ay, compay, ¿y cómo habla la gente? Que las lenguas son así, movimiento y nada más. Que las lenguas son así, cámara. Que las lenguas son así, movimiento y nada más. Que a mí me gusta la rumba y a Ila le gusta jugar. Que las lenguas son así, movimiento y nada más. Por eso yo te digo que tú vengas a mi casa, yo te doy del paladar para que vengas a probar. Que las lenguas son así, movimiento y nada más. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado el canto para guardar lo que yo quiero tanto. Que las lenguas son así, movimiento y nada más. Que las lenguas son así, movimiento y nada más. Que las lenguas son así, movimiento y nada más. Y que me dan la nariz por las ganas de chiflar, compay. Que las lenguas son así, movimiento y nada más. Oye, Kiki, dilo tú. Que las lenguas son así, movimiento y nada más. Kiki Valera, La Habana. Esa clave, sabe que está en casa.
Muchas gracias. Just remember, we're here. We're not going anywhere. We're going to do a few more songs. Thank you so much for supporting us. You can continue supporting us in live concerts, that stream. And also, we're going to continue doing this as is needed, because we need you guys. And hopefully, we give you guys something to stay home a little safe and have a peace of mind here in these moments. But we love you, and we're going to be okay, for sure. Este es para mi primo que me está escuchando. Me fui en caseta en Aqueleto, más allá de Bolondro, y escuché una discusión. Mi compadre está molesto. Me fui en caseta en Aqueleto, más allá de Bolondro, y escuché una discusión. Mi compadre está molesto. Compadre, yo preguntar por qué cosa está peleando. Compadre, yo preguntar por qué cosa está peleando. Negra no contenta, nada más que está funfuñando. Negra no contenta, nada más que está funfuñando. Negrito, sácala a bailar. Por lo menos al frente de tu casa. Compadre, yo pregunto por qué cosa está peleando. Compadre, yo pregunto por qué cosa está peleando. Negra no contenta, nada más que está funfuñando. Negra no contenta, se la pasa funfuñando. Funfuñando, funfuñando. Funfuñando, funfuñando. Escucha bien, compadre. Funfuñando, funfuñando. Lo que yo te estoy diciendo. Funfuñando, funfuñando. Funfuñando, funfuñando. Mira mi compadre. Funfuñando, funfuñando. ¿Qué es lo que pasa a la niña? Funfuñando, ella que está funfuñando. Funfuñando, ella te está regañando. Funfuñando, mi compadre a mí me dice. Funfuñando, no la puedo controlar. Funfuñando, y yo le doy un consejo. Funfuñando, hay que la lleve a bailar. Funfuñando, en la negra está enojada. Funfuñando, porque llegué muy temprano. Funfuñando, a las 5 de la mañana. Funfuñando, y yo estaba guarachando. Funfuñando, oye Kiki con tu cuatro. Funfuñando, venle a ponerle el sabor. Funfuñando, para que esa negra linda hoy se me ponga mejor. Funfuñando, con la pimienta sincera que tú tienes en tu cuadro. Ella tocará madera y me dará un besito. Y por eso yo te digo que la negra funfuñando, 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 funfuñando. ¡Ay, no! Funfuñando, funfuñando. ahí no va, Kiki, ahí no va. Es lo que hay. Esa misma.
No, mentira. Tú me estás engañando.
One more time, if you want to donate, make donations, so help us out here with this crew. You can go to liveconcert.stream and you can see this concert live there and you can make donations there too. Thank you so much. Vamos a seguir. Kiki.
Vamos a dar candela a Chimbamba. Que se queme, que se queme. Se cae, quema. Hierro, voy.
A cualquiera.
Se quema y no cuesta nada.
Candela, se quema la chumbamba. Candela, se quema la chumbamba.
Mamá, mira que Final de Río Cuba, en el bongo. Pedrito Vargas, el pulpo.
Ahí nomás.
Thank you so much. Estamos aquí como que estuviéramos en concierto, ¿verdad? Estamos en concierto.
Estamos.
Recuerden, claro, desde la casa. Así como nos gusta a nosotros de vez en cuando mirar desde la casa. Recuerden, para hacer donaciones, ustedes pueden ir a liveconcert.stream. You can go in there and make your donations. Donations.
Se quema, Carlito.
Esa misma.
En el barrio La Cachimba se ha formado la corredera. En el barrio La Cachimba
Gracias.
Kiki Valera y su son.
Thank you. Sabroso.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And this is it, familia. Thank you. Gracias. Well, thank you for tuning in. Remember, if you want to support our crew over here, you can go to liveconcert.stream, and we'll see you again. Thank you so much again. You have a good night.
And thank you for being there.
That's right. Correct. Thank you.
The masked DJ saying thank you so much, Kiki Valera y su son cubano. You're clapping at home, right? Carlos Cascate. Amazing, amazing. Thanks also, live streaming in the time of Corona. This is a very special two-night event. Thank you to liveconcerts.stream. Huge thank you to Vitos for providing this wonderful space. Let's hear it for Vitos, everyone in the band.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. John Thoreau and the wonderful production team at Astral Media Lab. Thanks to Blue Mallard Recording, Jeff Treffiello. Wonderful stuff at the sound, Jeff. Thank you so much. I know he's going to give me a big middle finger when I get out of here, but thank you so much, Jeff. Wonderful stuff on the sound. Thank you to the Marina Christopher Quartet. Thank you to Hans Teuber and Jeff Harper. Thank you again to Kiki Valera, Isu Son Cubano. Thank you to Brad Gibson. Let's bring Brad out here one more time. The drummer for 2 nights and the guy that really got the ball started rolling here.
Don't touch me, Abe.
Yep.
Let's try some social distancing. That's it. Wrapping up from Vitos, everybody. Thank you so much from Seattle. Wash your hands.
That's right.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.